Hello everyone, CompDude512 here. Now you've seen my concept designs of the third generation Lithonia LHQM combination unit. You've seen those all over my Instagram for the longest time. And usually, sometimes, it means that I'm building up to a reveal on my photo stream. Well, I thought you should get a video for this one because people have been asking for videos, and I really don't have much time these days with work and whatnot to post many videos over on the YouTube side, but hopefully we can do a quick one here on Instagram. This is a third generation Lithonia LHQM LED exit unit combination with battery. This is a special LHQM, and you're going to see why here in just a few minutes. Nonetheless, because it was produced probably in 2004. So it means that it's one of the first LHQMs of the third generation line to roll off the production line. I would expect that this one would be produced in either the United States or Mexico, because these didn't move to Chinese production until sometime later in the last decade. Let's go ahead and take this out of the box, and you'll see why this is a little different than your standard LHQM. Alright, here's a look at everything that comes in the box. Of course, you get your wire extensions, so you can wire the sign up in the box before you mount it. You get your adapter to mount the sign to the box itself with the canopy, which I have out of shot. Instruction manual, and of course an extra faceplate. Now, I'll go on record and say that this is one of the good LHQMs from the third generation. First of all, why is this better than a modern LHQM? Well, first, that vintage font that they've been using pretty much since the 1960s until 2013, when the Jiaming LHQMs came onto the market. And don't know if you can really tell from the video, it does look like there's a glare, but that single layered Lithonia branding. Now, I told you that this was a little bit different than a standard LHQM. Let's take the faceplate off. You can see this one has two 6-volt, 4.5 amp hour batteries. So this means this is the high capacity unit, meaning it can run some remote heads. This unit can run two of these remote heads. Those are the standard MR24 Krypton bulbs, and they can run a remote head combo and this entire unit for 1.5 hours. I believe if you leave the remote heads off, it runs for approximately 4 hours as a high-capacity unit. Now, because these batteries are almost, 15 years old, I looked at the date code, and from what the date code tells me, this unit was made in August 2013, and of course the camera is not going to be happy, or August 2013. They were making the crappy ones in August 2013. This one was made in August 2003. And as you can see down here, the country of origin was the United States. So this was still made back when Lithonia was in their Georgia home, and before they outsourced production to Mexico and China. So I'm going to, just out of curiosity, fire this sucker up and see if there's any life whatsoever in those batteries. And I'm not expecting anything to come of this test, but I do have two batteries that I can throw in there should I need to. So let's go ahead and see what happens. It's already powered up, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a little miniature rundown of what I've already probably ran down 300 or 400 times at this point. Of this generation of the LHQM. Of course, as I've already said, it debuted in 2003. This is one of the very first LHQMs to debut from the third generation. The later versions had Lithonia lighting down in this area instead of just the single-tiered Lithonia logo. As I've mentioned before on my photo stream, I did not like these when they first came out. I thought that they just looked too plain and too generic. And did I ever hate the rounded 3rd generation LQM? I just did not like those. And I especially didn't like the ELM2s because Lithonia killed off the 6ELM2P to bring it to market. And you might say, well, why did you like the 6ELM2P? That was such a bulky unit. Well, I always liked the square heads on that unit. And those debuted in 1997. And they came out right around the time I was 6 and turned 7 years old. And those were a childhood unit that I saw practically everywhere. And looking in hindsight at this particular LHQM, I can say that I was entirely wrong about it. It's a well-designed unit on the outside. It's thin, it's sleek. You know, I really like it looking back at it in 2018, and I wish I would have given it more of a chance in 2003 when I first started seeing these pop up everywhere to replace the 2nd generation units. It really is. It's a very well designed and well made, heavy unit. Not because it's got two 6-volt, 4.5 amp hour batteries in it, but because without the batteries even, it's a heavy, well made unit. You can't see through this plastic when you turn the lights off. Getting rid of this, what was Lithonia thinking? I mean, I know you have to modernize products every so often, but clearly this is the better looking unit out of their current lineup. Not to say that the current lineup isn't a decent performer. It's okay, but what were they thinking getting rid of these large-bodied, good-looking, well-performing, well-designed units? Let's look inside this one while it's turned on. The 2nd generation, the LED strips were mounted from side to side. Lithonia went to a more traditional flat LED light engine installation in this particular unit. Still uses the Piranha LEDs, which in my opinion are just absolutely extraordinary. A lot better than the tower LEDs that are in the Jiming LHQMs of today. And of course, these 6-volt, 4.5 amp hour batteries, 2 of them in tandem, will power this for about, I believe, 4 hours in emergency mode. And by my counter on my camera, I've rambled on for about 3 minutes and 45 seconds here. Do you think that this has enough of a charge that the batteries in this thing, the 15-year-old batteries, are brought back to life? I'm not giving this much of a chance, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the test button anyway and see if anything happens. Nope, nothing happened. Here I was getting ready to say, wow, look at this, it's a testament to Lithonia's products from this generation, but nope, nothing here that makes them work with 15-year-old batteries that are probably well past their turn to go to recycling. But I do have reinforcement batteries, and I've just got to see this thing work, and I know you do too. So I'm going to throw these batteries in, and we're going to get ourselves some light here. Use of unauthorized parts voids warranty. Well, you know, might as well go ahead and try. I'm pretty sure that whatever warranty I had with this 15-year-old unit is probably well and truly over anyway. Alright, here we go. Are we ready to see a simulated power outage with this thing? Well, we will, unless those batteries I put in there are actually dead as a hammer and we fall flat on our face on the internet and look like a fool. Well, here we go. It's now or never. There we go. And those MR24 heads with the krypton lamps installed are every bit as bright as they look. These units are fantastic units. As I said earlier, what was Lithonia thinking getting rid of these? Well, that's about going to do it for us. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, feel free to leave a comment below if you have one. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.